Hello, Infinity Kingdom audience. This is Ray, coming back. I have been playing, but I haven't been doing videos so often. This will be the first one in a while, and I wanted to share it on my Fire ult. Namely, I've been thinking how to improve my free-to-play Fire ult, and I had the thought that maybe a new skill to add after KVK skill would help me. So I opted for Unyielding, and in this video we're going to see if Unyielding is worthwhile. On paper, it sounds to be worthwhile because it gives health regen and increases critical rate, which is perfect for fire. I mean, what could go wrong? Oh boy. Stick around and find out. So, before we get into the details, let's go swiftly over the fire match skills, and we'll go them and analyze battles before and battles after. So you can see here, these are the 4 skills that we have. I have Unyielding and full coverage. I believe full coverage is a good damage dealing skill on hippo, and we're going to check some battles. In this instance, I did not have the skill Unyielding, and we're going to take some baseline references. At hippo, how much damage she deals, how often she crits against main matches or against certain key matches. So even though this is not the main match, we take some mental notes of the battle to understand if Unyielding helped us or not, because this is the basic way of determining if a skill helped us or not. You take a reference and you see if adding that skill leads to an improvement or not. So here, even though I've won, you can see it's a fair decent amount of crit. Now we're going to have the same battle, but this time I will put Unyielding on hippo. And we're going to take a look at the same at wing march. We can see that everything has increased, which is a good thing, but this is not a main march, sadly. So it shows us that the skill does something, but at this point it's not enough. So we go over it and we see that this seems like a cleaner victory. But here we don't see necessarily an increase in damage. Let's see here as well. Yes, so this we can see it's not an increase in damage from Unyielding because hippo's life didn't even reach under 70%. So this is mainly war carrying us and the power of fire when randomness is on the side. So Unyielding didn't lead to a significant difference here. We will check other battles. This is another battle against another player. We will skip to the main battle and check to see if Unyielding did something. We can see that it activated and managed to heal some amount. And if we look at the crit, it's a 70% crit. It's not good, not bad. It's okay, I guess. The healing is also not great for this kind of battle, so under 1 million healing, it's not good for endgame. And we've won. Let's try and check some other battles. Here we can see that Unyielding didn't activate. We have to go and if we see here, where we won't have lost against this main. So I guess this makes March my fire lost. This was mainly the reason why I wanted Unyielding, because you would think that it will survive because Hippo can regenerate, because Hippo will deal more damage. It will do better against mixed or Alex marches, where they don't deal a high amount of damage, but rather a moderate and consistent amount of damage over time. And as we can see, this wasn't the case. So -1 for Unyielding in this battle as well. We will see later why this is a thing. But for now, let's go and look at another battle. This one is against the fire. We're going to check his skills, see if he has anything unusual or something of interest. And yeah, he doesn't. We're going to try and see how Unyielding helped us here. And we can see that it didn't. Unyielding didn't activate, which you might think is strange. Wait, it did, sorry. But it's too little. Why is this? It's too little. This isn't sufficient amount of heal nor damage from Hippo in endgame. We're going to see here another example of fire. This player plays very good his fire. If we look at his skills, his skills should be similar to mine. Plays Hippo as a support with all the races. And we're going to see a similar case here as well as in the other report. So we take note at the reduced battle time, 30 seconds. The low damage Hippo dealt, and of course the low amount of healing Unyielding did. As in the previous one, they share something in common. So let's look at the replay and see what has happened here. And sure enough, we can already see Hippo's life in the first seconds after the battle has started is at that 30% point. So it was from about 80%, it was above 80, it was above 70%, it went straight to 20%. And if you know how attack works here, it's somewhat dependent on the troops. I've made a tutorial about that, please check it out. But the base idea is that you can't deal enough damage with such a low health, and even the regeneration won't be enough because the regeneration is based on her total damage. So obviously, if you burst from the first few strikes, you're not going to make use of Unyielding. So it's definitely not a good match against a good skill against the fires, which can outburst you, depending on how lucky the opponent is to crit you. Right, I guess the other battle was with Lightning, where it didn't trigger again. So another minus for Unyielding. This one wasn't as important, but this one is, because we will see here another reason. So if you look at here, now healing was possible because her health was above 70%. So against fire, we run into this situation where you're either winning easily or you're using so badly that Unyielding doesn't make a difference. Hippo just bursts against a stronger fire. And Unyielding isn't enough to offset that. Because Unyielding comes after you are under 70% health. And if you die, or if you're close to death, you're not going to make a turnaround. This last battle is against an Earth, which is a very popular meta, so usually I would expect Unyielding to help me here because we only have Alex here, so unlike the Mixed, we don't have two damage dealers whacking at Hippo, but I lose here as well. You would think that Alex deals a constant amount of damage, enough so that Hippo's health doesn't suddenly plummet to near death. So from over 70% to near death. However, we see that is not the case. We also see that we managed, so this is a sufficient amount of healing, but it still wasn't enough. So this is what I consider a best case for Unyielding. It managed to heal because the opponent didn't run Qin or Khan or no wound. And Hippo did a fair amount of damage. I mean, look at it. Fair amount of damage compared to Wu. And Unyielding also had time to activate based on the healing it provided, but still wasn't enough. We will look again at this battle, but this time I've changed. So I've challenged him again, and I've changed the skill. Unyielding with Rage Bliss. And I want to see the difference. And as we can see, it provided a sufficient amount of difference. Her damage is just a tiny bit lower, so we can see that Unyielding didn't provide that much of a damage increase from the critical hits, which I would have thought would be on par with Wu, but the extra energy regen, managed to push Wu's damage beyond. So an additional almost 10 million damage for Wu. So this kind of suggests to us that Unyielding isn't the skill for fire. Even though it sounds good on paper, it gives crit, it gives regen. We have seen many use cases where this doesn't help. And as we're nearing the end, I want to show you one more battle that should provide a clear image as to why Unyielding is not good against even the current meta, which is Earth. And I'm just gonna browse and show you my opponent's skill before viewing the replay. Okay, so pay attention to Hippo, and 1 stun, 2 stuns, 3. She's constantly getting stunned, so Alex has a skill that a troop skill that has a chance to activate the stun on each normal attack. Then the Earth Dragon has a chance to stun. So basically, even against the mixed match from before, it was a similar situation. It's just well exemplified here. We do not have another fighting master to give to Hippo. And while she's stunned, she obviously can't regenerate nor deal damage. So this is the second reason why Unyielding is unsuitable. It's unsuitable against fire because you run the risk of getting bursted, and the skill Unyielding does nothing. Against marches that do steady damage, you run the risk of getting stunned, because Alex stuns. Oh, every cavalry unit stuns. The Earth Dragon stuns. And you don't have another fighting master to give to Hippo. So I hope you guys have learned from my mistake to not get Unyielding. It's no good. Unyielding isn't good on fire. As much as I hate it, I've just wasted these skills there. But I hope you guys will take this video and learn from it, and don't get Unyielding for the reasons I've mentioned throughout this video. Okay, see you then on the next one.